Alright, Akila Semebu, that's my name. I want to introduce myself to you guys. So, a lot of us go through situations in life, right? I mean, money, relationships, family, work, and just driving your car, going to the grocery store, all types of things. And one thing that I've noticed is that nowadays people don't really have consideration for how their actions impact other people. Example, right? Okay. So, you're driving in your car, you got your signal on. Ding, 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 ding. You about to turn right. You hit your brakes. You notice that the car behind you, instead of slowing down, recognizing that you have turned on your signal, decides to speed up, therefore causing you to either have to A, immediately turn while hitting the gas super fast, which could possibly cause you to spin into a ditch. B, look at them with fury and decide to cuss them out even though they can't hear anything that you're saying. Or C, ignore them and continue to move on your way, thinking to yourself, if they hit the back of this car, I'm about to get some good insurance money. And D, you really hope none of that happens and you can just turn and be on your way. But in that situation, it says so much about the ways we communicate. See, some people take time to let people know what they're about to do, whether they let them know why or why not. They do inform others. And the person, the receiver who's supposed to be listening, decides to either receive that information or disregard it. Either because they just don't know how to listen, they never been taught about effective communication, or they don't care. Either way, it doesn't matter. It causes so many problems for us, particularly in the black community, where we have a tendency to overtalk one another and never quite receive everything that's being said to us. And then we wonder how we get into confrontations with one another, why we don't understand each other, why we can't relate to each other. It's real simple. It's because we become Americanized to the point of being selfish and forgetting about our heritage of functioning as a community. Community is the key to stability. We are not created to be islands. We are sociable creatures. When we forget how to socialize with each other, we forget how to love each other, we forget how to understand each other, when we forget how to have compassion for each other, we have no choice but to run into conflict and to be disconnected from each other. It's not about light skin, dark skin. It's not about rich or poor. It's not about fat or skinny. It's none of that. It comes down to the heart, it comes down to the mind. And we're not taking time to develop those things within ourselves and amongst each other. Now, this is not absolute, that's a generalization because there's several, several brothers and sisters out here elevating themselves and going out here and reaching out to others on a regular basis. Unfortunately, those who really need to receive it are so caught up in drinking and smoking and sexing and wilding and partying and depression and everything else that their mind is so convoluted that they can't even receive anything. They can't even comprehend that we're in a state of disillusion to the point of making it a reality that's creating nothing but waste. Now, why am I saying this? I'm saying this because the first step that I feel we need to take is learn how to appreciate who we are when we look in the mirror. Honestly. Right now, I'm coming at y'all in raw form. I don't have no makeup on. There's nothing on my face. There's nothing here. My hair is natural. You know what I'm saying? I just washed it earlier today and simply rubbed my hands through it like so. And I love me. So, regardless of what anybody thinks about it, feels about it, any of that, this is me. And I love me. And I love you. And what I want us to start doing is loving each other, regardless of our differences, because our differences make us beautiful. And we look into our differences, we'll notice that we're more alike, have more in common than we ever could imagine. We get stuck on things like, do you love Jesus? Do you worship Allah? Are you Buddhist? Are you atheist? Do you have kids? Do you not have kids? What kind of car do you drive? Do you ride the bus? Why your skin so dark? Why your skin so light? Why your hair so long? Why your hair so short? Why this brother got a suit on? This brother got on Timbs and sneakers. The way that we articulate everything. And we never really ask each other, what do you like to do in your spare time? What was it like growing up as a child in your neighborhood, your household? What kind of experiences did you have in school? What kind of things do you teach your kids? What kind of things do you value? If you could change anything in the world, what would it be? We don't ask these type of questions. Instead, we rather get stuck on some superficial craziness and then make that the reason for why we can't get along. And then as soon as something traumatic happens, that's when all of a sudden we all brothers and sisters uniting together and got each other back. But if we did that on a regular basis, guess what? We wouldn't even have to go through all of that because we will already understand what we need to do. So what I'm doing right now is just asking everybody to take time to reflect, take time to love. And if you haven't done it, if you are doing it, the challenge right now for you that I'm giving to you, the charge, is to go out when you're on the street, talk to another person, another brown person that you don't know, and sincerely say hello. That's it. Just let's start speaking to each other. Let's acknowledge to each other that we exist. Peace and blessings, whatever it is that you say. God bless. Have a great day. Introduce yourself to at least 3 new people a day. Doesn't mean you have to change numbers, emails, any of that. Just have a simple conversation. Elevate each other. Let's just start connecting by recognizing that we exist. Peace, love, and blessings. Keyless and